Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle D. Clark, and I'm your favorite small town girl with big time dreams who God has definitely shown his grace and his mercy, and he has saved me from some life threatening things. And I'm so glad he did because today is a fabulous Friday on purpose because I said so, and you can too. And it's also fabulous Friday because why? Because right now we are having our win in 10 minutes or less fundamental moment. So, welcome to the show. And of course, if this is your first time, then welcome. And if you are a repeat supporter, then welcome back. So if you are a repeat supporter, then you already know our customs. We call them household customs, if you will, not rules. But if you would like to have a prepper shout out, then make sure to put your name over in the chat and where you're watching from. Now, when I say where you're watching from, I don't mean like Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Look at that. Fuchina is in the house coming in from Duluth. Hey, how are you, Fuchina? She is definitely a repeat supporter. She already knows what to do and she's leading by example. So, yes, make sure you put where you're watching from, which is like your city, state, providence, continent, or country, or, you know, county, wherever you want to put it. Make sure you put where you're watching from over in the chat. And as well as if you are watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and then click the little bell so then that way you are in the know when we drop new content. And if you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, make sure that you either heart it or support it or love it or like it, whatever. But make sure you also share it with somebody else. So this is not the best kept secret on this side of the border, right? So make sure that you share it with somebody else who you love and care about. So then that way they can also win in 10 minutes or less on our fundamental moments. All right, you all. So let's get down with the get down. So I can get you guys in and out. It is Fabulous Friday. And today was just it was so monumental. And it actually started out yesterday. So let me tell you all. So our topic today. Oh, okay. So watch out now. Fuchina says she is currently in Pineville, South Carolina, and by way of Duluth, Georgia. So when we say by way of, that means that's where they're from, and now they are here, right? So she's watching from South Carolina. So definitely safe travels back to Duluth when you make your way on back there. So absolutely, yes. Awesome sauce. Thank you so much for letting us know that you are technically watching from South Carolina. All right, cool beans, you all. So it started off yesterday. So our topic for today, it started off yesterday. So let me tell you something. Okay. So so I guess I did a little bit of backstory too. So I have a dear friend, and this dear friend once told me about that when you like he does energy work and crystals and things like that. And he said, I think he had lost like a necklace or something like that, and possibly a bracelet. But the bottom line was, when that happened, he sent me like this text that was from a book that basically stated that when you either lose or break, oh, that's what it is. One broke and one was lost, or I guess no longer with them. So when you either lose or break a crystal or a stone, a precious stone, things like that, that it just means that you no longer need the healing power. You no longer need the healing power, meaning that you either have outgrown it or you no longer need it. But the bottom line was, that was like, huh, that's profound. So let me tell you what happened. So yesterday, I was like, one, I was going to change my fingernail polish color. I actually like this color. I've got it so many times every time I go back. Okay, just focus, you all. Keep the fun and fundamental, right? So the bottom line is, I said, okay, I had a bracelet, and the bracelet there were stones, and it was precious, and so it had healing powers. And I was going to take it off, and I said, no, I don't want to take it off. I'm going to leave it on. But do you know that not at the clasp, but right smack down, almost in the middle, it broke. And I was like, wow, that means I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. Now, let's bring that home, right? So, what is it in your life? What is it in your life that maybe you felt was a crutch, or maybe you felt like you needed it, or felt like maybe you felt like it was giving you superpowers, da, 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 or maybe you felt like it was giving you that confidence or that will to go on, only to find out that you no longer need it anymore? Have you experienced that? Has something like that ever happened in your life before? Well, this is what I gathered from that, you all. That sometimes you have to lose to win. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Now think about it. So, okay, this weirdness happens every single year. Whenever we have this huge windstorm and after the fall, when all the leaves have fallen down. Now, I don't have any trees in my front yard, but I stay not too far from a park, and I have neighbors that have trees. And when we get these big windstorms, they all seem to congregate by my door on the side of my stoop. And it's like, well, what is going on? I mean, like so many leaves, like they just like, hey, party at Michelle's, hey, party at Michelle's, right? I mentioned that though because it just reminded me that just as the seasons change, the leaves they turn from green to brownish, orange, yellow, whatever. They turn those beautiful colors, and then all of a sudden they fall off, and they have to fall off because they have to make room for the new leaves that will be coming in the next season. Yes. Yes, she says you must lose some of those battles. I think, lose. I think it's lose, but you need to lose some of those battles to win the war. Yes, because I thought she was going to go with the loose. So thou art loose. Okay, that's a book, right? And a movie. So, but yeah, sometimes we have to let loose of some things, and we have to lose some things lose the battle in order to win the war. So yes, we absolutely sometimes have to, yep, lose, yep. Okay, cool beans. So yes, sometimes we do have to lose in order to win. So just like the leaves fall off a tree, they have to lose the leaves in order to gain the new ones that's on the way. So if you ever felt like you lost something, I want you to understand it wasn't an L. It wasn't an L like a loss. As long as there was a lesson learned, then you didn't lose anything. You actually gained something. So sometimes we may lose something tangible. We may lose a friend, or we may lose a loved one. We may lose a parent, a cousin, a sister, a figurative sister from another mister. We may lose those people, and maybe not lose as far as death is concerned, but lose as far as no longer in our lives anymore. And we may feel that loss immensely. But understand that when we lose something, there's a reason for it. And as long as we learn the lesson, then we didn't lose it all. We gained something. So, yes, so our topic today are win in 10 minutes or less fundamental moments. Today's lesson, today's fundamental moment is sometimes we have to lose in order to win. And just like Fuchina stated, sometimes we have to lose a couple of battles in order to win the war. Sometimes we have to lose a mindset in order to gain something else. Because sometimes we find ourselves at that bottleneck. The same thinking that got us into that bottleneck is not going to be the same thinking that's going to get us through it. So sometimes the change has to come from here. Sometimes the change has to come from outside of us. Whoever our associations, our affiliations, sometimes the bridges that we've built, sometimes we have to take those down. I don't know if you guys ever heard the story about the captain or the general, whomever he was, when and this is actually based in reality. I just don't remember the actual whose it was, but basically burned the boats when they docked on the land, and they were like, okay, we're going to fight this war, and either we're going to win this war or we're going to die trying because we're burning the boats. There's no way to get off, so we're going to forge ahead. So there you go. So they lost their boats in order to gain something, the fortitude to fight, to win. So I offer that to you today in our win in 10 minutes or less. Fundamental moments. All right, you all. So that is our fundamental moments tonight, where you have to sometimes lose in order to win. So I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what is something that maybe you have lost and now you found the gain in it, or you learned the lesson in it. And where can you go? Of course, you can hit me on all social media like MicheleDClark Lift, right? But you can also go to info@micheledclark.com. That is info at MicheleDClark.com. That's one L of Michelle, because you don't need two and one does the same. And you all, you know what? We're going to do at the end of the show today, because I totally forgot about another one of our customs. I got so excited to get started. Another one of our customs is, of course, to take a break for station identification for our hydration. How could you guys let me forget that? So let's take a quick little crack here. right at the 10-minute mark. Delish. All right, so that gives me a little more wetness to go on and tell you all about what's happening tomorrow for professional ladies only. Sorry, no men allowed. Tomorrow we are having Lift Nation Freedom at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is, if you're saying to yourself, you know what? I'm looking for a sisterhood, a real, for real, authentic sisterhood where we are lifting each other up. We are living inspired, free, and transformed. We are having a mini mindset training in order to help us to have that mindset in order to win. Then we are going to talk about how Lift Nation is going to go to work for you, the professional woman, both personally and professionally. And then we're going to have networking opportunities. We'll get to break bread and get to know each other much better. Okay, so that is our Lift Nation, Freedom at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How can you be a part of that? Because I know you're saying to yourself, you know what, Michelle, I don't want to wonder what happened. I want to be a part of what happened. And guess what? Cool beans, I got you covered. All you have to do is go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/Lift Nation Freedom at 1. The registration link is live right now. You can go ahead and register and be a part of it. This one. Without the R. No wonder. Just one. Yes. So bit.ly/Lift Nation Freedom at 1. So you can be in the Zoom room, and it is FREE. Only thing it's going to cost you is a winning smile and your awesome personality. So yes, we do want to have you on cam. So that way, when you're on camera in Zoom, I don't know if you've been in any of those meetings where all you see is a bunch of blank screens with names on them, or maybe people's brand photos. We really want to break bread, and when you are on camera, it just makes it enriched. It enriches the moment. So it enriches the experience. So be there on cam. All right. So I think that's all for the announcement that we have. Oh, one more announcement. Of course. How could I forget? Each and every Tuesday, we have our Tuesday Talks with Ms. Clark, LMSW, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you're in the room. And where is the room? Right where you're watching me right now. Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. All right. So you all. And if you say to yourself, you know what, Michelle, first of all, I want to know more about Lift Nation. I want to see how I can become a part of the sisterhood. Or maybe I want to just kind of learn more about losing to win, learning more about the lessons that I need to learn, learning more about changing my thinking, whatever the case may be. No, Michelle, I am stuck and I'm ready to get unstuck. I'm ready to live inspired, free, and transform. Help me out. All you have to do is you can schedule to meet with me at bit.ly/meet with Michelle. That's it. And again, that's Michelle with one L because you don't need two and one does the same. And that's a capital M for Michelle. All right, you all, that is it. That's our announcements for today. So we look forward to seeing you next, matter of fact, tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow twice. If you're a lady, we'll see you tomorrow for our Win in 10 minutes or less fundamental moments. And of course, if you are a lady, we'll see you tomorrow in the Zoom room for our Lift Nation Freedom at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is register at bit.ly. Again, let's get that up there again. bit.ly/Lift Nation Freedom at 1. And I will see you all in the Zoom room. All right, you all, that is my story and I'm sticking to it. Just remember that it's not a loss. It's not an L if you learn the lesson. So, all right, lose to win. Win in 10 minutes or less fundamental moments. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you all tomorrow evening. My name is MicheleDClark. I am the Mindset Management Coach for professional women with Lift Nation, where we empower you, the professional woman, to live inspired, free, and transformed. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow.